I need to learn English, but I don't know how to start.
Welcome back to Drops of English, and if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Sara and I'm Egyptian. In this video, we're gonna have a 10-step blueprint which gonna help you to start learning English in a way to make you fluent, especially if you are a beginner or an intermediate English learner. We're gonna learn together the techniques that would help you to dig your way to fluency. And making 10 out of 10 of those techniques will help you to speak English smoothly. So, I recommend you to watch the video till the very end. So, if you're interested about this topic, don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and let's get started. Tip number 1. Start with more specific vocabulary. If you want to start your journey learning English, I'd really recommend you to know the words that's relevant to your life. Don't just study general words as the traditional way of learning at school. This way, you'll end up losing your mind. Also, you will not be able to use those words while speaking. So, I really recommend you to specify a certain topic about whatever you want to talk about. And then know the words that's relevant to this topic. This way, it will be easier for you to memorize those words. Also, you'll be able to use them while speaking. And this will take us to tip number 2, which is study phrases, not individual words. When you learn a phrase as a whole, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to use it while speaking. On the other hand, if you just memorized individual words, it's gonna be difficult for you to use it while speaking, as the meaning of those individual words would differ according to the context. Let me give you a simple example. We have break. Break as a whole means يكسر. On the other hand, we have leg, which is the part of the body, رجل. But when you combine them both together, it's gonna be break a leg. If you just memorize the meaning as an individual word, it's gonna be break a leg, which is يكسر رجل. But actually, it's a slang word, which means good luck. I guess now you got me. Tip number 3. Start speaking from the very beginning. I always say, if you want to speak English, you have to start speaking English. I know, at the very beginning you'd find yourself awkward, frustrated, maybe not confident with your English, and this is totally fine. Why is it fine? Because it's only in your head. This is not true. You're just imagining yourself that you're not confident enough to speak English. But trust me, if you practice speaking more and more, you'll be confident by time. But Sara, how shall I speak English? Or how shall I practice my speaking alone because I don't have anyone to speak English with? Do you remember tip number 1 when I told you that you have to specify a certain topic that you want to talk about and then learn some words or some phrases which is relevant to this topic? That's it. I need you to specify a certain topic about whatever you want to talk about. And after learning the phrases which are relevant to this topic, I need you to stand in front of a mirror or in front of your camera and just start speaking to yourself about this topic. If you just do this technique for only 5 minutes every day, you'll be amazed of how much progress you achieve. So, the more you practice English, the faster fluency you get. Tip number 4. Do not overstudy grammar rules. The traditional learning system at school made us focus and care for grammar rather than speaking. And that's the main reason why are we struggling with our speaking right now. Because we're just afraid of making mistakes. We just care for our grammar and we can just go and buy tons of exercise books to practice our grammar in order not to make mistakes. But guess what? You don't have to really care about your grammar. All you have to do is to learn the grammar tenses and apply them on your speaking. For example, we use the present simple in order to talk about facts and habits. So simply, you can apply this on your speaking. Like if you want to talk about your weekends, what do you do on your weekends? And this is a good topic to practice your speaking with. This way, you'll be practicing your speaking, also applying the grammar rule while speaking. Tip number 5. Choose an accent and work on it. At the very beginning, let me tell you something. All accents are awesome. You can speak American accent, you can speak British accent, Egyptian accent, or maybe some Russian accent in order to sound a little bit cool. It's totally fine. It's up to you. But I guess you have to understand what native speakers do in their mouth in order to sound the way they sound. And if you're like me and want to adopt the American accent, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification, as I'll be talking about it in details. Also, if you want to get my American accent guide, click the link in the description box and you'll get my American accent guide. In this guide, I've explained the most common techniques that native speakers do in order to sound the way they sound, so it's gonna help you a lot. Tip 6. Learn informal English and slang words. Sometimes when we listen to native speakers, we don't understand them. And the reason is that they use slang language, and this is a language that they use in their daily life. So make sure to learn them. If you want to learn more about slang words, so check the links in the description box. You'll find some links to help you to know more about slang words. Go and check them. Tip 7. Listening and shadowing technique. The fastest way to be fluent in English is to focus on your listening. I always say, listen, listen, listen. Because when you listen to native speakers a lot, your ear will catch the right pronunciation of things. And this is so important, and your ears will play the role of your pronunciation coach. So I really recommend you to start listening right now. Listen and speak all along. But what about shadowing technique? I want you to listen to a song, short video, movie, or whatever. Let's say a song. After you listen to a song for a couple of times, I need you to sing along with the singer. This way, you're gonna be imitating or trying to imitate the singer in every and each thing that he would say. And I need you to do this technique for several times every day. Then you find yourself able to imitate the singer. So till now, 2 important things that you have to do every day. The first, speaking in front of a mirror. The second, listening and shadowing technique. Tip number 8. Read out loud. After listening and shadowing techniques, your ear will get some pronunciation rules, and in order to apply those rules, I want you to read out loud. This way, while you're reading out loud, your ear will play the role of your pronunciation coach. And while you're reading, if you made any mistake, your ear will send signs to your mind and tell you that, well, this is not the right pronunciation technique, or this is not the right pronunciation for this word. And you'll be trying your best to imitate the right pronunciation for this word till you do it. And now, your daily practicing will be free. Speaking in front of a mirror, listening and shadowing technique, reading out loud. Tip number 9. Change your lifestyle and make it in English. You can surround yourself with English. Like for example, you can call everything around you in English. Like for example, notebooks, books, computer, window, lamp, whatever. So try as much as possible to name and call everything around you in English. Another thing, if you're at work or maybe having fun with a friend or in a situation that it's okay for you to speak English, please try to get out of your comfort zone and do it. Start to open conversation with those who already know English and you can practice English with. Try to get out of your comfort zone. Last but not the least, talk to Google Assistant. Yup, Google Assistant would help you to practice your English, but how? Simply, if your English is understandable, I'm not saying is perfect, but understandable, Google Assistant would help you and answer your questions. For example, hey Google, what is the time now?
It's 2:21 p.m.
If Google Assistant answered you, then your pronunciation is accurate. But if he answered like, sorry, what? I guess you might be working on the same phrase again and again. And now let me say something. Those are the 10 steps that would help you to learn English and practice your English every day. But trust me, this will never work if you're not consistent. So, that's it for today. What do you think? I guess now you know what exactly you should do. If you need a hard PDF copy of today's video, check the link in the description box. Also, if you want to practice your English every day with me, go and follow me on Instagram. It's dropsofenglish_Sara. There, we practice our reading, listening. Also, we make some competition there. So do not miss this chance. The link in the description box. That's it. I hope you liked today's video and see you next week. Toodoo!